In this example, we'll be practicing setting up equations based on information of real-world situations. In particular, it costs $158.05 to rent a compact car, plus an additional $45.98 for each day that we have the car. In this situation, we want to recognize that there are two variables in play. Depending how many days we rent the car, that will change our total rental cost. So those are the two variables. One would be the number of days we're going to rent the car, and the other would be the total cost for the rental. So I'm going to choose to use n to represent the number of days we will rent the car. And I'm going to choose to use t to represent the total rental cost in dollars. So that's part A, defining the variables for the scenario. Let n represent the total number of days we rent the car. Let t represent the total rental cost of the car in dollars. In part B, we need to set up a table showing the total charge for renting the cars for 0 days, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and 4 days. To do this, we will need a separate column for n, the number of days we're renting, and t, the total rental cost. The first column will represent n, the number of days we rent the car, and the second column will represent t, the total cost. Again, we were asked to do this calculation for 0 through 4 days, so we'll need each of those to have their own row. So we'll have a row for 0 days, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and 4 days. Now the first one, 0 days, is kind of a funny question. If we didn't rent the car at all, our calculation we would expect to be $0. But if we actually tell the company we're going to rent the car, but then we don't rent it for any days, they're still going to charge us that initial $158.05. So in this situation, the total cost would be $158.05. If we rent the car for 1 day, it's going to cost that $158.05 plus an additional $45.98. And this adds up to be a total of $204.03. If we rent the car for 2 days, there are 2 ways we could get to this calculation. We could take the total cost from 1 day's rental and add on another $45.98, or we could calculate it from scratch, supposing we had never rented it for just 1 day. To do it from scratch, we're going to take the $158.05, because that's the base charge, but we're going to have to add on $45.98 twice. Another way to say that is, we're going to have to add on 2 times the $45.98. So we'll have $158.05 plus twice, or 2 times, the $45.98. If we throw that into the calculator, we get $250.01. If we now calculate this for 3 days, it's going to be a similar structure to what we've just done for 2 days, but instead of having 2 days of the $45.98 charge, we'll now have 3 days. So it will be that $158.05 plus now 3 times the $45.98 charge. And if we throw that into a calculator, we get $295.99. And as the final requested calculation, if we were to rent this for 4 days, it would be the same structure. $158.05 for a base charge, plus 4 days charged at $45.98, so 4 times $45.98. And when I put that into a calculator, I get $341.97. Hopefully we're starting to see a pattern in these calculations. When I rented it for no days, I still had to pay the $158.05. But for each additional day, I had that many days times the charge of $45.98. This brings us to part C of the question. In part C, we want to write a linear equation that could be solved to determine when the total charge would equal $617.85. Please note, we are not being asked to solve this equation, but simply set it up. Well, based on what we've just done before, we're still going to continue to use n to represent the number of days we've rented the car, and we know it's going to be $158.05 plus however many days we rent the car for times the $45.98. So in this case, that becomes n times $45.98. And we want to know when will that charge, that calculation, equal $617.85. So we would set it equal to $617.85. The only thing left to note about this particular equation is how we have it written is not the most common way it would be written. it is more common to write the variable behind the number it's being multiplied by, in this case the 4598, so it would be more common to write this as 158.05 plus 45.98 times n equals 617.85.